to evolve my game over time and just continue to grow and improve.
MVP. You got to put that ahead of Jalen Hurts' name from here on out. Shady, what's the Super Bowl MVP mean for Jalen Hurts?
Man, I think we got to start looking at this quarterback position a little differently now.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
Everybody wants to just go out there and get the guy that has the best stats or he looks the best way, he throws the ball and all that, right? Because like I said, a lot of people, Justin Herbert's in the same draft class. And if you ask people about Justin Herbert, they got a million things to say how great about him, right? Yeah. If you ask them about Jalen Hurts, they're going to say a certain amount of things. Yeah. But the biggest thing to say something about Jalen Hurts is the dog, the winning mentality, the heart. Even the team is so good, everybody talks about they are. Every quarterback can go out there and win for them, like he does. And it's like, okay, hey, we're gonna beat the Eagles, right? We're gonna stop Saquon Barkley, right? We'll do this and that. We're gonna double team A.J. Brown, and we still gonna win? Yes. Number one, save the day. Even though defense did a lot of the hard work, Jalen Hurts answered when we called on him. I just think the narrative changes now. Now, when we talk about great quarterbacks, right, we're going to leave them stats alone because we're starting to see that stats, right, are great and all that, but they don't equal wins.
Correct.
They don't equal Super Bowls. They don't equal Super Bowl champ. They don't equal that.
Yeah.
And Jalen Hurts is a prime example of that. That only thing that matters is the main thing, keep it the main thing, and that's winning games, get to the playoffs, win your division, and win a Super Bowl. Everything I just said, he judged
1,000%. Whenever going forward, anybody asks you how good is Jalen Hurts, the response can only be, he's good enough. Because if he's good enough to win a Super Bowl, he's good enough. 67 quarterbacks have thrown passes since Patrick Mahomes was drafted. There have been 1,521 starts by different quarterbacks since Patrick Mahomes has been drafted. But only Jalen Hurts has won the Super Bowl of quarterbacks drafted after Patrick Mahomes. How good is Jalen Hurts? Yeah, he's good enough. If you're good enough to win a Super Bowl MVP, how good is he? Yeah, he's good enough. His resume has already met the Hall of Fame standard. An all-pro, which means he's one of the top two quarterbacks, one of the top two at his position, at least for a season. A Super Bowl MVP, which means at the biggest stage, he was the best player in front of 120 million people. You know how hard that is to do. If you missed the top of the show, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. Those are the only players in the National Football League with an All-Pro and a Super Bowl MVP since the turn of the century. Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. How good is Jalen Hurts? He's good enough.
Yeah, I feel like you just got to start putting respect on his name, right? Like whenever he's talked about, even if we don't love the way it looks, it always seems to get done. I mean, 77% completion percentage, 221 passing yards, 72 rushing yards. The 72 rushing yards beat his own record for most rushing yards in history of a Super Bowl game. And it was doing it off scrambles. It wasn't necessarily these called quarterback runs. So Kellen Moore, in the biggest game of the year, trusted him to make plays. There have been 59 Super Bowls. Only 35 quarterbacks have won Super Bowls, and only 5 quarterbacks have been to 2 Super Bowls before they're 26. And one of those guys is Jalen Hurts. But what I love about him is how he does it. We got some film right here to show you. He can do it all different ways. He can do a pocket passer. He can be a scrambler. He can be a play-action passer. And here's the first play right here. It's a play-action. It's a pocket pass. You're going to see Jahan Dotson up top. They are blitzing. And when they blitz, you take not the easy completion. You want the go route up top. Look at Saquon right here, Shady. Look at this block. Okay, gives him a very clean pocket. The blitz pickup was great all night for the Eagles. And when you get a pocket like this, we know one thing. He can deliver the ball accurately down the football field. It's a perfect throw. Wish he would have got in right there, but he was down at the 1. Okay, so not a touchdown pass, but a great throw. Right here, scramble. I believe it's 3rd and 5, okay? It's man-to-man. Is it 2-man? Is it not? The safety down here at the bottom of the field, he's going to double cover A.J. Brown. What does that mean? It means that there is no spy on Jalen Hurts. And when there's no spy, he goes through his progression, okay, to Dallas Goedert, the out routes covered. Look at his vision up to the left. There is nobody there. Of course he's going to step up. Of course he's going to make you pay. And quite honestly, this is the perfect play call for this situation. And then right here, play action. This is one of the biggest throws of Jalen Hurts' career. It's a corner post route. It does not get any more simpler than this. When you have play action pass, watch all these linebackers suck up. There's no second level. Okay, Dallas Goedert gets a free run at the safety, and when the safety comes down on the corner route, he is going to let this thing throw, and look at the actually down the field to Devontae Smith for one of the best throws of Jalen Hurts' career. It might look a certain way. It might not look how we want it, but he always gets it done. And quite honestly, he played a perfect game in the Super Bowl to beat the Chiefs.
We can no longer question how it looks. I think that's what this Super Bowl MVP means for Jalen Hurts. We can no longer question how it looks, right? Because all year long, I stood up here and I said, he's going to have to throw the ball to win some football games. You cannot play the way you're playing and win a Super Bowl. Well, they won a Super Bowl. Are these last two games the best games he played of the season, the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl? Absolutely.
Yes.
He started making the throws that we want him to make. But as the season goes on, we can no longer question the way it looks with Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts is winning and they got the final result. And that is really what it is. And all year long, he really did what we were saying up here. In the biggest moments, he really did what we were saying up here. You just showed some plays, but I got some plays to show too with Jalen Hurts because we talked about just take the one-on-one opportunities. This is a PI right here by A.J. Brown, but this is early in the game, him taking the one-on-one opportunities. You can't throw this back shoulder any better, but all year long, this was the type of coverage you ain't getting. This is you extending the play, getting outside the pocket, and then throwing on the run to Saquon Barkley. But all year long, we stood up here even with Shady, and we said, if Jalen Hurts plays like this, and what did you say, Shady? Y'all blow people out. And the last two games with Jalen Hurts playing like this, they have blew people out, taking the one-on-one matchups. And that's what we did, and that's what we asked all year long. In the biggest moments, he delivered. And I think we can no longer question how it looks with Jalen Hurts because he played his best on the biggest.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! My bad. It's just my fault. I'm sorry. It's happens sometimes. The eagle in the background. It happens sometimes. My fault.
Stick around. More of the facility is coming up.
But I'm with you on the getting embarrassed in a Super Bowl. Yeah. If you just look through age 29, like he's on track. Mahomes is on track.
We're not talking about track.
As a player.
But I'm just saying, like, one of the greatest of all times looked human.
Listen, none of us is docking Patty Mahomes for nothing. Patty Mahomes is special. But we got to keep it a buck up here in the facility.
Yep.
He did not play good. And if this was a game of Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen, we would be killing them. It wouldn't be no stats. And that goes for the same for Patty. He did not play well last night. The Chiefs did not have answers. We praised the Kansas City Chiefs all year long of play design. Look at what Andy Reid designed up. Look at what the plays that Patrick Mahomes is making. They had no quick game. They had no run game. They had no special designs. You got 4 rushers coming at you, and the Eagles ain't been known for sacking the quarterback all year long. They just been known for playing really good defense, assignment sound, and taking the ball away, not sacking the quarterback. Those dudes was unblocked all the way down the line. All 4 of them was having a party at the quarterback. Dead serious. All 4 of them was there. It was you this time, Sweat. You this time, Carter. All 4 of them was getting to the quarterback at will, and the Kansas City Chiefs all game long had no answers. And if they did have answers, Patty Mahomes was not getting the ball out of his hands. They had drop passes. I've never seen a Chiefs team look like that on the offensive side of the ball. They got beat down, especially the best player in the world. And I agree with what Shady's saying because Tom Brady would have had some answers.
Yeah.
And that's all he's saying from level-wise. Like, Tom Brady would have had some answers for that. You're only rushing 4 on me? Man, I'm going to have a plan to get this ball out of my hand or whatever it is. Patty Mahomes and Andy Reid, I'm telling you, I'm not saying they didn't prepare. They didn't look prepared.
And we in the facility, what we do, not only give you opinions, but uniquely to other morning shows, want to show y'all some things as well. Hey, throw up this full screen, Colvin. You can 4-box it so I can look at my guys while we watch this tape. Because when I say Patrick Mahomes was seeing ghosts, this is what I mean when I say he was seeing ghosts. Let me know when y'all are ready. There's not actually pressure here.